Good morning, Live, Learn, Grow. Checking in. Just want to give you guys some motivation today. And I want to encourage you to focus on your thought life. What are you thinking about? You know, your thoughts have the power to propel you forward or to keep you in one place and keep you from moving, right? They have that power. It seems so simple because we're in our heads all day long, right? We do it all the time, and we always look outside of ourselves for these roadblocks and things that hinder us from getting to our goals. But in actuality, a lot of the time, most of the time, it's in our head because roadblocks are going to come up, right? Change is going to happen in life. And what we have to figure out is how to navigate around it, how to pull yourself up, you know, how to keep going in spite of what might be in front of you, and don't lose sight of the place that you were destined to be. That's where the change happens, right? That's where the difference is made. It's in your mind, because you make your mind up to fight through it, or you make your mind up to go around it, or you make your mind up, right? Is the bottom line. Is what you do. You're making your mind up to continue to move. So our thoughts are vital to the goals that we set for ourselves, to our everyday, like the Bible says, to renew your mind daily, right? If you are someone who is a spiritual and Christ believer of Christ, you know, like renew your mind daily. We must do that each and every day, because every single day there's a whole plethora of thoughts that get stuck in our brains, gets lodged in there, that could prevent us from doing things we need to do. And they're really taking up space that doesn't belong to them. You know, it's similar if you're a tech person, like, you know, when we're on the computer, you know, we're working on the computer, we're trying to get something done, and all of a sudden the screen freezes up and you're freaking out and you're like, okay, I can't get this done. I can't get past this space because it's frozen. It won't move. There's nothing, right, that I can do but reset. Right? We hit Control Alt Delete. If you're on a Mac, we got different command keys, but we reset it. We do a hard reset on that machine. And ironically, it's not that we're putting in new software, it's that that computer is able to call upon that which it already has and put it back in its right place. And now it's able to start over again, go back to where we were, pick up where we left off, and continue on and finish what we started. And we're the same way. It's okay to go back to the beginning. You know, don't walk around telling people, I already know this, I already know that, if you're not applying it, right? Sometimes we have to be humble enough to say, yeah, man, I remember I learned that, but I needed a refresher. I needed to reset so that I could get back on track and finish what I started. And that is okay. It's actually more powerful to be able to admit that I had to go back to the beginning and reset. It's more powerful to be able to say, you know what? I need to take 5. I need to examine my thought life. I need to clean this thing out. Sometimes we got to clean that hard drive off, because the hard drive is full of all this stuff that it's just not using, but it's in the way. It's crowding up space, and it's taking up room for things that actually should be there, right? That would help it work better and function more powerful in the process of which it was designed. And we're the same way, right? We're designed to move and work a certain way, but when we get too much stuff in here, too much clutter, it makes us paralyzed, or it makes us move slower, right? Or we start to stumble and we get a little dizzy. And when you don't see things clearly, you don't move, right? So there was a story I heard about this guy who was cleaning out his ears, and he punctured his eardrum. Like, in the process, he punctured his eardrum while he was cleaning his ears out. And he, in turn, like, he damaged his equilibrium. So when he tried to stand up, you know, he fell. And then he tried to stand back up. And when he finally got on his feet, he was dizzy. So he still couldn't move. His equilibrium was punctured. And that little small thing in his head dictated his entire mobility for that moment, for until it was healed, actually, right? Same applies to us in our thoughts. That in your head, what's in between your ears, that those little things that seemingly little, right, that can dictate your entire mobility, right? If that moves down to your feet, if it gets in your heart from here to here, and now it paralyzes your entire body, right? Because somewhere you begin to hear this, then you start to believe it, then you start to receive it, and then it has an effect on where you go and how you move. Right? So we have to be very purposeful on what's playing in our head, between our ears. It is vital to our success. It's vital to getting towards our goals. It's vital to our everyday when we wake up in the morning. Renew your mind, hit the reset button. Be okay with doing that. Replace the negative self-doubt, self-talk, anything that may keep you in the space that you're in, move it out. Clean that hard drive. Be okay with that, right? And drive and move forward. You can't move forward looking in the rearview mirror, telling yourself, well, I tried this once, or I tried to lose weight before and it didn't work, or I tried to, branch out on my own for that business and it didn't work, or whatever it is, right? Or, I can't do that because I don't have this resource or that resource. No, you can do it. Replace those thoughts. You will do it, right? You can, you will, you have to do it. It's a must. It's a part of you, so it will come forth in the right time. But we're going to put right thoughts in and focus on those things so we can get closer to what we were designed to do. So, positive talk. You can, you will, you are an overcomer, right? You will succeed, and you will do it today. All right. Be powerful today, guys. Live, learn, grow.